4-on-4. It's Lewis and Oposo for the States. 10 minutes of sudden death overtime. The next goal sends the winner to the gold medal game here on Friday. Kyle Lawson fires it down to the Canadian zone. Letang turned that over to Kyle Oposo. He's got Letang on him at the line. Kicked alive by Jack Johnson. Shoots, and Carey Price makes the stop.
The last time the Americans played an overtime game was in this tournament against Team Sweden. The guy that got the winning goal on the power play was Jack Johnson. So Ron Ralston's going with a little bit of a hunch, getting Jack Johnson out there early on, trying to capitalize.
Americans lost in overtime in their tournament opener against Germany. Jack Johnson's goal was the difference between the United States playing in the medal round and going into the relegation side had they lost to Sweden. Abdelkader wins that draw, but it gets by Taylor Chorney and out. Erik Johnson back for Taylor Chorney. Abdelkader, long drive, and Carey Price hangs on to that easily.
You know, it was a power play situation for the Americans against the Swedes. Jack Johnson taking advantage of the turnover by the Swedes. It's good puck movement. Erik Johnson, Jack Johnson.
The Americans, who lost their first 2 games, are here in overtime in the semifinals. The United States trying to become the first team to win the gold medal with 2 losses. The second team, rather, win the gold medal with 2 losses. The first to win the gold medal after losing the first 2. The only team to lose twice and win the gold, Russia, in 0-2 in the Czech Republic. Ryan Parent backs off. Abdelkader with Kane snuck in behind the Canadian defense, but Jonathan Toews reached back and took it away from him. Oh, man.
Baby, was it ever close. And what there was a little bit of indecision. Stahl had gone in, so Parent didn't want to pinch down. And so Parent just took his time, and the quick long reach by Toews put Kane offside. That could have been scary for Canada.
Patrick Kane leading the Americans in scoring with 8 points. He's got 4 goals in his last 3 games.
Climbing up the draft ratings, huge, boy.
Peter Mueller jumping in for the U.S. Here is Mueller. Fires. Carey Price makes the stop on that. U.S. with 3 quick shots here to open this overtime.
Very important. Now you're going to see Ofer Unmark. He's going to talk to Christopher Letang and Peter Mueller. They were jousting at the end of that sequence, and he's telling them, you know what, fellas? You guys are both too good. I don't want to throw you out. Mind your manners.
Face off to the right of Carey Price. 1:08 gone in the 10-minute overtime. Off the face-off, Cleach taps it back for Chris Letang. Chris Russell races that loose puck, turns it over at the line. Chorney. Or rather Lawson, and he couldn't backhand it back in. Lawson has to retreat with Brian Little on him. Mueller with it. Up for Lee. To Gerby. And Price drops that down for Russell, skated by the puck. And now Russell barrels his way ahead. Gerby steps into him. Russell still with it, taken down the line.
No penalty, just offside.
Everyone looked back at Red
like, whoa, is that a penalty? That was the linesman who made the call. How about the skating ability of Russell? We're into the overtime period, and Russell's in a foot race with Gerby, who's a very quick player. That just shows you how fast this little man is, and I really believe Chris Russell, because of that extra speed, will play someday for the Columbus Blue Jackets in the NHL, even though he's a bit undersized, Greg. He's got that heart, he's got the desire, he's got the offensive instincts, and he has the speed.
Chorney plays it back for Carman. Taylor Chorney, the American captain, he's got their goal. In comes Chorney. Chorney working his way in. Carman failing that chance. Skilly looking for it. Now Carman in the corner. Plays it back for Skilly. Skilly back for Jack Johnson. Drops it down behind the Canadian goal. Luc Bourdon waiting for it. Skilly's on him. 2 Americans down low. Ryan Parent racing to that loose puck. Plays it back out to center ice. And Skilly with it. Cogliano and Downey are the Canadian forwards. In comes Carman. Mike Carman on Luc Bourdon. Poke checked him neatly.
That's it.
And Downey with it. Lots of open ice. Downey trying to get around Kyle Oposo. In comes Downey with Cogliano. Downey across the line. They call it offside on Cogliano.
You know what? I think this is a marginal call, and maybe the linesman was screened out, but we're sitting almost on top of the blue line, and Cogliano looked like he dragged his tail foot. But they're, you know, they call everything very, very tight. These guys care. I mean, that's the thing that's amazing is the passing level, and these guys are playing for the right reasons right now, Gordon. You can see it.
Toews wins the drawback. Chris Russell plays it down in the American zone. Erik Johnson up for Kyle Okposo. And Toews gives him a buck. O'Mara comes racing up. Backs it back to Russell. Canada changing. Toews broke his stick. Trevor Lewis plays it ahead. Off the bench is Tom Pyatt for Canada. In comes Okposo. Kyle Okposo fires. Carey Price gets a pat on that. Down it goes to Lewis. Lewis lost the puck to Mark Stahl. Stahl barreling away. 3-on-2 for Canada. In comes Stahl. Sets it in front. O'Mara shoots. Hit the near side of the net. O'Mara back of the line. Chris Letang comes stepping up. Stahl making his way off. Letang fires it wide of the goal. Back out the other way it comes. A race for it. Okposo lost that race to Ryan O'Mara. And Erik Johnson goes back as both teams get in the chain. Erik Johnson up for Patrick Kane. He was the Ontario Hockey League's leading scorer when he left for the U.S. camp. Now second. Helm out there with Cleach. Darren Helm chipping it ahead for Cleach. And that's offside again at the American line.
Short benches for both teams right now, and sometimes the role players like Cleach matter in 4-on-4 situations because they want to get him out there against Kane, who's now leaving the ice. But Craig Hartsburg can't make any changes with his forwards. The Americans will come with some fresh legs right now. Derby and Mueller on the ice against Helm and Cleach.
Helm battling for that draw. Mueller won it. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the overtime. Jack Johnson with it. In comes Jack Johnson across the line, working on Letang. Johnson lays it back for Mueller. Has time, fires, Price makes a save, loose puck, Kirby bats at it. Still loose, and the puck did not cross the line. And a traffic jam in front of Carey Price. Helm was poke check. Price has lost his goal stick. Price has done a goal stick. Mueller ahead for Jack Johnson. Across the line is Jack Johnson.
Oh no, penalty to Letang, got a high stick on Johnson.
Johnson cut. And now the United States will go to the power play in overtime.